people. Yeah. I am a Facebook, it says live. Hi guys, I'm live. We've worked it out, and he's my husband, my guru husband, has even found something else to do. So get this. He's now told me if I don't put the stream key in first, it stops YouTube starting before the other one. So there you are, another healthy tip from my husband. So tonight I'm doing, the other thing is, I don't know if I can, if anyone comes on, can you do a comment so I can see it, please? Because I did think it wasn't showing any comments. So whether you're coming on for 5 seconds or 1 hour, if you can do that, I would be so happy. And my iPhone's not going on because I've got it on charger. But my phone went dead, so anyway, I'll give it a few minutes for that to start up. Let's just start on our card. I haven't got my nails that look from those beautiful long nails with the pretty ones. So I had some, they did put some pink nail polish when I had them removed, because I can't work with my cards with nails that big. It's ridiculous. So anyway, now look, this is gone, but not in my house. It's one of my favourites. I absolutely love it. I often make bookmarks. So this card today looks like this. Oh, that went out of focus a bit. Then you open it up and it's got that. But then if you flip that over, there's some more. And out of that little pocket comes, I mean, it would have been nice maybe if I'd put it on that side. What do you reckon? We could do it on the next card, but then we wouldn't be able to have this. So yeah, even though it would look nice sitting there, to make a pocket, it would cover up my love heart, and then we'd have, I don't know, it looks cute. I think it looks cute. Please tell me if you're watching, if you think it's cute. So that's where I've used my relax from, because and I love that one because it's got staffies, and we've got a brown and white staffy and a black staffy. I didn't want to draw the black one because he's just black all over. So this just sits in here when you give it to your friends. I made a little pocket and it sits down, and then you fold that like that and they get their card like that. So you can write on there. I mean, often you know, because you see that bit, it's, well, you could even give it like that, and that would be a really surprise, wouldn't it? Fold it, if you put it in your envelope like that, and then it just comes out and stands up like that. So what do you think of that? Look at the envelope. So I've really doubled up on everything. Everything's written down what I've used, so I'll just get cracking. So these are the three, that's for the books, and that's in this latest catalogue. So it goes, and it's on page, I think, 51. Don't laugh and say, oh, how good are you? Because I did look it up and it's not, but that's the Dymos, and I've done those. So it's on 52, and to be honest, it's so cheap because the bundle is $32. And there's the code. Oh no, that's the bundle is, it says $51. So that's pretty cool for that and that. And you can get ideas what to do. Look at that card in the book. There's a bookmark there, and they've got actually a book. And then there's the books there, or there's that one, which is a little card. But you know, you can look at it anyway. So this is gone in April 25th. What are we in now? March. So another month, I think it is, that's lasting. So I did that card last week. I think I thought I bought the stamp sets for that, but I just think I've got the DSP. So hopefully I'll have to look it up, because often things in there that go for demonstrators to do stuff online is the object is to show you things you can buy. Well, the reality in this one, you can buy that. You can't buy these. So some of you might have kept that, but you might have other ones that are good. And Elements of Text is not, I think it's an exclusive. Now that I'd have to look up. Not very good of me, is it? Alright, these are going out in July. This is the in colours from last year. I love the Moody Mauve, and that's why I thought I've got to put that in. If you want some of that, you've got to order it now, because once that goes out, that is a stunning colour. I really like it. So you don't have to get the ink pad. You can. It's great for stamping, but you really don't, I find, apart from the little bits here and there, I don't stamp a lot of the ink pad. And what you can do is buy the blends to go with it, or you can just buy the ink and do some splattering. So don't forget to, if you've got them, get your refills now, because they'll all go. Alright, let's get cracking on here. So I'm just getting this out, because as you see, I'm going to do the technique of stamping on and stamping off. So my phone is actually charged up a bit, because I can't see if anyone comes on to see if they comment. So I'm just going to have a quick look and go to Nette's and have a look, because there I am. So we've had 7 views. Oh, I wish someone would just say hello so I know if you're on. That would be really nice, please. Okay, so that's our card. I love those books. Aren't they cute? I didn't colour them in on here because you're stamping or you're sending. So, right, so first off, oh my goodness, this is my puncher for my hole. These are the blending colours I used. These come in a pack of 2, and you get each of them coming with their dark and their light. So these are the particular ones I'm using. I'm just going to tip that out on there for a minute. Come on, out you go, and I'll put my pens in there. Now I am going to, that's my envelope, my cardstock, and my other pieces. Now I am going to take that, there should be 2 of those, and put them back in that container so I do not lose them, because that's what always happens. So what I did yesterday when I was making this card, because this was a total let me see how we can do it. So that's my bookmark. Now all the instructions are written on there. I haven't got the printout because I took it off the screen. The one thing I did look at was I could have put tape up there, but because I didn't want it to be seen through, so I didn't. And so you either see the book like that, or if I turn it around, I think it was a bit messy when it turns around like that, you get to see too much. And because it doesn't open the card, I reckon if you're going to post it, you post it like that, and because you've folded it, when they stand it up, it will just stand like that as a Z fold. Alright, and look at that, it's quite pretty. It's quite pretty. So what I'm going to do is, I thought I stamped out a few of these extra books, is going to show you what I've done here. So I used the Elements first, and I used just my normal black ink and my Moody Mauve. Mauve. Alright, so we've got some black. Oh my goodness, how much black I got on my hand. Alright, so I'm going to get my stamps things. So this one I used the I think I can get that on the second block. No, I had to go and get this out of my container that I've got them and use the big one. Now you got to actually have a good look at your printing, because see, and it does have some words in it, all growth of and to, I don't even know what it means. And you saw last time we did one of our last cards a couple ago, we did with the big one. So it's nice to use something different. So I'm actually using this one for my splatter. So I've got a little tiny, I love these stamp blocks. See how they've got these grooves in them. So when you hold them, like when you get I've got some old cheap ones that I brought, but they're flat and they're much harder. See, look at the difference. And the groove in there all the way around to get your hands on it. Whereas those ones, you end up with your fingers in the ink pot. So you can gather I don't use them very much. Alright, so we're going to, now I have to be very careful to do the right ones, because all I've done is pick that up easily. And so on my inside mat, I've got just a very light one over there. Okay. Now, some of that didn't work. I'll just put that in because it's going to be all right. A little bit of hair there. All right. Now, I'm going to stamp off. So we're going to make the front piece, which was this one, was a full strip there. And I used extra for that. So I do have to get a little bit of extra cardstock to make that little bottom piece. Which I don't think I did that. Alright. So I need just a piece to be that big to do that. So oh, I didn't tell you, my cardstock is normal. It's 8.2 by 5.5. And we score it at half. And on my instructions I would have told you, you score it at half, which I cheat and just do this. Together on the corners. I put it down, I run my finger to the top, then I get my bone folder and go out like that, and go out like that. Now, you can score it at 2 point something, but I find when I score like that, it sort of goes, you can either get it that's completely a half, or sometimes it moves. Sometimes this is only meant to be 8.2, but sometimes it's a slither over. So what I do here, because I've already bone folded that down, I do the same. I just push that right to the end. Okay, so hold it up, grab it on that corner and that corner, put your finger in the middle of that one, down and out. And I find that is so accurate. Now when I measure that first fold is 2.1/16, and that one is 2.1/16. But when I get my scorer, it often comes out bigger and I end up with something hanging over the other side. So I found that this, for me, this is my safety. I mean, other people are clever at everything, but I've got my glasses, because with my eyesight, when I see something like this, I don't see it as the same here and here, right? For me, it comes out a bit, it comes out like, that's what it feels like. This end is bigger than that end. So when I'm crafting, I have to look, I have keratoconus. So this way I've found helps me get a better hold on it. So we're just going to do that. And then we've got this piece, and again, it's all written down in the on the thing. That's 2 inches by 5 1/4, and then the white will be 1 7/8, if I'm correct. Yes, 1 7/8 by 5. All right. So let's keep going with the stamping. So we've got our front, inside mat, our front. Now, our front we're going to cut in half, and that's how we're going to make this on the other side. Alright, or I have put the instructions to make a piece that fits there in case that's, I don't think that's light enough. So I'm going to stamp off. You know what, I'm not with you, I'm getting there. Inside mat, we're doing this one. Alright, so off, 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 off. I don't want it too dark. Okay, and then here for the thing we're going to actually put the other. Oh, here's my computer tech and my Jen. Say hello to my babes.
Hey.
So where was I before I was so nicely interrupted with my gin? I better test it and make sure it's good. I hope whoever's watching gets your gin going. So next, we're going to stop for a second and we're going to get our lady out. Now in this one it's got, I mean you could put the, I did them for a friend as bookmarks, but I couldn't put the lady like that because they were doing it for their Mother's Day, and I thought because they're at a church I didn't think they'd want them drinking wine. So anyway, so we're going to take out that one and that one, and I've got a big block here, so we're just going to tap that. Don't rock it or you'll get I've got a very juicy ink pad at the moment. I inked it up the other day. Now I'm going to put that down a bit, right, so she's in the middle, and there she is. Oh, look at the doggy. I love that doggy. Okay, that's that one off, and now with another small one we're going to add, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax, and I think making a book card, I don't think we could get any better than that. So we're just going to put this up here, clean that off. Now we're just going to use a scrap of paper, and we're going to, see how I did it yesterday, because I tried stamping that on top of the writing, but it looks like I've got one of those, you know when you buy something and they don't want, it's only a sample, it looks like I put a sample through so you can't use it. So what I'm going to do is a little bit more with the stake, and I'm going to do that, I'm going to cover that there. Okay, so we just got that light. Now we're going to have two covers here. So, we got there and there, and I'm just going to put that over there. So you can see we've got a bit of writing there. Now if I'm smart enough and clever, I can get that bit in there, but look, that's fine. And I'm not putting any down at her shoes. I don't think I did on that one. It's enough writing. Okay. Oh, better see what else I've got to do. So throw those scraps away. We don't need them. And we have got, for the bookmark, I'm just going to get my slide. And if I'm correct, it is just over 1 3/4 wide. Okay. 1 3/4. I must show you the cards we did in our class this week too, just if you want a little break. We did this one, we did that one, which is a goodie and oldie, we did a love of your heart one, and we used the ferns that is gone as well. But in my class, they like to use, they don't care what they use, and I like to try and use all the new stuff and sometimes just one of my favourites. So that was our card class this week. Anyone wants to join for a card class, we can do that online in a separate private one. So now I'm going to get the Moody Mauve, and we're just going to fill in a bit of these stamp off, stamp on. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing that. Right. Oh, did we not stamp that one? Yeah. Oh, stamp off. I don't want it too bright. Alright. And I did put some on her there. Okay. And this piece, I forgot to stamp that, so we'll do that as well. Off. Stamp on. Alright. Right. Now with the Moody Mauve, oh gosh, I nearly put that in the black. Stamp off. On. Alright, so that's all our stamping done. Clean those off. And there you go, clean those off. They're done with. Make sure you put them in the right packs. So that's from the Elements. Elements of Text. And they are, if you don't have them, sometimes you can go onto Marketplace or onto Stampin' Up Retired and look them up in the moment. Some people sell them. I like it. And for the book, so I'll pop those all away. Now, we're going to quickly, got some colours here. Oh, you know, did I just forget? Did I do the stamp piece? Hold on. That, front and back, and wrapping piece. Okay, we've got enough. I was panicking there. Alright, so with our girl, I've just done her, I put her book in green and her pants, which I probably shouldn't have done that, should I? I love this one. I'm going to keep my bigger pen because that's easier. So, now I hope you've all seen that now Stampin's up going to reward people for shopping, and they give them rewards on what they brought, and so they add it up, and when you get to an amount, you get to put that onto your next order. So for every $10, I think you get $1. I'll have to look it up again. I'm just going to pull that out of here. Keeps wanting me to do things, and I'm not going to do that. Now, if you're looking for what does happen with that, it's been on Facebook. I put it up on Facebook, all the information about how to do that. I did her socks in pink. And I did her blankie in purple. That's her blankie around her shoulders. And around her doggy. These blends are so good. I want to try working with the pencils. These are Stampin' blends, but there's pencils you can get, watercolour, and you just colour in. I've done it once before. It was, oh gosh, it was so long ago. You colour it in that. With this doggy, there's a bit of there, and then right in there, and right in there. No, where's his leg go there? Yep, so this bit here is purple. I keep colouring it in and forgetting that. Now, oh, I did do a bit of stamping there. You know what? Can't be bothered. Let's just give it... Oh no, that's her socks. We can't have that the same colour. And that was her face. Oh, that's his doggy. And her hand. There we go. Yeah, so they are changing a lot of things. Most of it you can go and have a look on my site, which is AnnetteFalconer.net, .stampinup.net, and it shows you what's on sale. There is a last chance that you can go and check out where you get cheaper things. So that's quite handy. Now, I am going to change this book. I'm just trying to remember whether my doggy was this colour. I think he was this colour. Yeah. That does get me going, doesn't it? Bit of colouring in. That's right, it's nice and brown. Oh, yes, he's gold. Gone gold. He's a bit. Oh, wasn't he cute? Do him up a bit more on this. We looked really cute. Okay. And our pillow behind was this, and that's their little pillow. She's lying on the pillow, and actually that was her pillow. That was her pillow as well, not her rug. Okay, and let's give her a nice little blue cup of coffee, and that's the steam from the coffee. Now, with the book, I didn't like the green in the end. It was too much. But we might put the little green as the binding. Now, I don't normally like to colour in. I just did that. So, how easy is that? I'm going to get another colour for here. Or no, I might just put the creases in like that. And I will pick out put a little bit of elements on the bottom. No, I won't. I did on that one, so I might as well. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Yes, I will. One day I'll get it right. There you go. Put a couple of, I don't think I put any dots. I did do. Oh my goodness. Oh, they are pretty, these ones. They've got, that's what it looks like, little stars and everything. I think that's rather cute. And that away. These ones are easier to find. I said last week I've lost one on, I don't know how it happened, but I lost one. So the other thing we need is that scrap of paper back, and we need to stamp out the books. Oh, I actually thought I did that. I'm a goose, so maybe I thought I was coming back to it. So we're going to do the books. I'll get a smaller stamp for that, and a small one for that. Alright, so in this one I have got one set of all the books and a 2 on its side. I've got one big book, which is this one, and I just put it into MOODY MAUVE, so that's not going to work. I might cover that in now because I don't need it unless I won't do the wrong one. Alright, so we need one box of those. You know what? We're not concentrating very well, guys. I did my envelope with this as well. Oh my goodness, a bit of toing and froing, isn't it, guys? So we'll be using a bit more MOODY MAUVE. Alright, so on my envelope, that's why I put this paper out here, is on my envelope I have done a bit of stamping there. I'm sure I don't need that on anything else now. I should have picked that up before, shouldn't I? I do need a little pink mauve heart here. So, I might grab my little, this again. What's that? Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And the little love heart is in the book set. Look at that. Don't get that happening. Just rub it off on a bit of scrap, that'll help. So this is on my envelope. And so I did the whole, where's the one with the book on it? Just that one. It's on the bottom of here. So I did do the book on the envelope there, and I put the little love heart on top of the books because that's a great, so that was my, doesn't it look pretty? So it looks like someone's written all over and you're reading books. Now this is the inside sheet, so again I've got a set of books there and I have a little heart up on the top and a little heart over here. Now that one you will see when the card's shut. The others, you won't see the others. And if you're going to write on it, don't write on that side. So, alright. Now, so we've got that's done. The books are done for that. The books are there. There's a bunch on here, which is this one. And now I have got one on the envelope, one on the inside, and that's our one to go on the front. And now I need these ones, so that's we need one, and then over the back we've got oh gosh, I nearly did that in MOODY MAUVE. Alright, and I need, there's a one over there, and I need these little two leaning ones, so they even have them. How's that? Well, the answer would be, where's that? Oh my God, have I lost them myself this time? Got the heart. Where's my sheet that comes with it? Did I take that out? Okay, that means I'm going to be doing a bit of hunting because I'm getting sick of losing things. Here it is here. See, things jump around. So there's your little two there. And that's your sayings. But I didn't use, I just put for you in the front. So just well got that. So now I just want two of those. And for you, I am putting on the front. So I'm going to keep that off. I'm going to wait for that. I will pull it onto here and have it ready next to my ink pad. So if you hear me say I can't find it, tell me it's on my ink pad, please. I'll put that one out of the road so I don't stick it. Alright, so this is just going to take a couple of seconds, guys. Not seconds. That's my Kiwi accent. I said sex instead of sex. What's the difference? Have a drink. So, yeah, so no chatting today. So sorry. Alright, so since we're on our lonesome, I'm just going to start colouring. So, on the outside I have a blue book. A little one down there. Leave a bit of white for the label. These pens can make it hard or easy. You might have to turn them over to the small side. This one I've just done in and out. It's great for your kids. My leaning book, I've got the big one in blue. I hope I've done that right. Yeah, and that one in red, so I'll just do because I'm going to put 2 on. Okay, and that's in blue down there. Now on these ones, I have done green on the top, blue here. Doesn't have a title on that one, and the bottom one is blue. You see a bit more of this one. Okay, and that's blue. Do I have it anywhere else I have to colour? No, I'm not doing it on there. Oh, these ones. So the green I used because I put it in with the relaxing girl, and I thought, well, her books are the same now. Blue and green should not be seen without something in between, was all our words. Alright, so then the second book there was the greeny one. I don't know how often you see a green book, but that's what I did. I never liked green, you know. And that's got green pages on that for some reason. And green pages on the bottom there. Coordinated everything. Green in the middle. And green down there. Actually, that book's all green there. That's the top of the book. Okay, and then in that book we've got sort of gold pages. Must be a really nice area of painting or doing it. So in here we have the gold one up here. And the gold one on the leaning. This is actually wild wheat. That is one of the colours that's going to go. And I'm telling you, if you like to make cards and you like to do wedding cards, you really need to get hold of the wild wheat. So I do a lot of gold cards, and when I don't use gold, I just use this wild wheat because it makes them. It just honestly, I don't lie, and it's not just to sell stuff. It makes them so good, it's unbelievable. So that's just my opinion. Alright, so we've got a couple of books in there that are on this green as well. In there. That's in there. And you've got to go there. And the top book is green as well. That's that. Couldn't work out what other colour to do it. I didn't want to do all different colours. All the books I just read a blue and things like that. And I'm going to fix that writing for his page in gold. I'll put that in green, but I should have wanted it in gold. Okay, and what's this book? Is meant to be in blue, if I'm right. Now, there aren't, I don't think there's dies for these, but it'll take a couple of seconds to cut them out. I thought I was going to sit here last night and cut some out, but I didn't do it. But you know what? It is easy. So Stampin' Up have changed a lot of things, and what they used to do is you have to put your host code, my host code in, and then you put your order in. Now you still did get some things, I think, but what happens now is you get a what it does, for every $10 you get a point, and then at the end of your shopping, you can't do it on that particular shop, but you can use it for the next shop. That's how they get you to come back, see? And then what they do is they add that, and so you get to use those dollars. So if you spend $100, you end up with 10, which is sort of like the other one, but mostly, I mean, look, I was talking to a friend today, and she's going to order some cardstock, I said, because I did the rabbit card last week. I don't know if you remember, I did this one, and I said to her, that's all with just the cardstock, and that goes, unless it carries over, which I don't know if it will, that will be gone at the end of April. And that was a very expensive suite. I brought it to buy the whole suite, and you know, like I want to get my matching paper so I can use it on down the year. Even if, like, I can't use it online, I can use it in my class, or I can make baby cards with it. So it pays to, stuff like that, when it goes out in April, it pays to get it then. And then the big annual catalogue, that leaves again in April. And not everything, but a lot of that goes. Like, I know there's some of the stuff in this catalogue that will stay, and then the exclusive. So when you go online and look on the site, there's all these exclusives. So it's really good to have a look at that and see if you want anything that before it goes out. I mean, a lot of the stuff that was in they just had the celebration. If you have a look online, a lot of demonstrators that have a lot of clients that shop with them, they end up getting these a lot of free stuff, because a lot of the big clients do have a lot of clients, and so they would get, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 of the one stamp. So they sell them back on one of the it's called it's just Stampin' Up for sale. But it's got to be, it can't be in any catalogue, running in any catalogue at that time. It's got to be, so because celebration is now finished, is it? Yeah, it's finished. Those ones become available, people, and because they've not even stamped on them, like I got mine and I've stamped with them because I'm a newbie. Now, my girl that came on to YouTube, please say hello, because I can't see if everyone's there. Alright, so they sell them all off, so you can go on those sites and get second-hand stamps that are good, but they've got to be delivered. Alright, so we are built up at the moment. Okay, so let's get our card back. We'll pop our stamp on, look at our lovely place card, bookmark. I think this is a lovely one to give to a friend who's in a book club, because she can use the bookmark and she'll appreciate. Isn't that just so pretty? And so I've got a little hole punchy thing here. I think Stampin' Up's coming out with a new one that you can buy, but I've got my own. Now, as I showed you, I used the Jute in the Moody Mauve. Oh, I think I'm dropping things, and we want that just about that much. Right, and what I'm going to do with that is just shred it into two, because it's I could probably get it through in one and then shred it while it's there. It might look even nicer. Oh, it goes through easier. Alright, so let's do that. I know the other ones you normally put two through and grab it at the front and have a nice thing, but my little hole punch is a bit small for that. So if you grab the end of it, I think I pulled that out of your road. I'm just going to get my trusty picky tool and just stick it in the middle there. And that's it. See how I'm getting that? Just pull it all apart and you get a nice fluffy. That one didn't get quite as pulled apart. So someone's on YouTube, but they didn't say hello. How's that? And see, you've got a lovely little one. So now I'm going to just cut that down a bit because we don't want it too big. Alright, so that's all ready to go in. That one belongs in there, remember? My little hidey hole there. Looks a bit boring like that, doesn't it? But wait till they open it up and have a look. Alright, so that must be the piece I had for the back. Yes, because what we're going to do with this one is cut it in half. Let's pop all those up there ready. We might as well get this out of the road and get it in so it's not going to get marked or anything. Because knowing me, I put my dirty fingers on it. Oh my goodness. Oh, isn't it? I love this cardstock. It is so nice. But doesn't it look pretty? When you shut it, you just see the hearts of the few dots in there. So that makes it nice. So now here, because we want it to be the same as that, see how the cardstock's there? Got a nice window. So this one is cut because it's going to be there. It's going to be, oh, that's 5 centimetres, we don't want that. I want it in. Oh, we forgot a very, very important bit. What we're going to do is take a mark. So if you look at this, from, on the instructions it says that, we're going to go up 2 inches here. Now what I'm going to do is just put a pin prick there. Okay, 2 inches there, and we're going to go to there. So if you line that up in your paper trimmer, I'm just going to move this over a bit. Okay, so what we do is where that mark is, the 2 inch, that little dot, so put a dot there, you put that into the brown line here. So my dot's there. Okay, so I'm going to stick that right in the middle of that line. And at the same time, I'm going to twist that till my fold is in the middle of there. Alright. And I'm just going to double check and take that off. And there we have our fold, because our card's going to go behind that. So this is why I stamped this extra piece off. And again, in this, so we've got to make sure it fits down the bottom there, sits there, and so again, that's where our mark is here. So if it was 2 before, we're going to go just under, so 3 3/4 and up to the corner. So let's have a look here. 2 3/4 is there. So that makes it easy. I'm just going to punch a hole there. So I'm going to, where I've got that, where's my punch hole? There. Right, I'm going to put that into the corner there, right there, and I'm going to swing that to hit the corner. Right, my marker down, and there we go. So. And that goes nicely on there. Make sure it's matching here. Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit out of your screen. Make sure it's matching here and there. Okay, and up to there. So that's our front. Now turn it inside. And this one is, and I'm sure I've put it wet because you've made it, so it says 2.1, but we're going to do 2, because remember we want it in there to about there. So if I'm correct, that's 2.78. 2.78. So we're going to cut that. So that's 2 little markers underneath the top, and that is going on there. You don't really see that, but you don't want to see all just pink everywhere. And we might make sure that's correct, that the writing looks like it's speaking. And see how it matches there? Don't push your glue down till you finish moving it. You're not going to see it there. Right, the only thing we've got here is to put our little flap. So we've still got another piece. If you wanted, we could put that in there, which I might do today because I've got it over. All I need to do is find my little stamped piece, which may have been that piece. Did I put it down somewhere? Because I didn't do that in my card. I actually like it, so I am going to do it. I'm just going to get another piece. I actually like that, Sort of gives it a really good tone to it. Doesn't it? It just matches it. Sort of like a big Z. See that? Even though that's pretty because you don't see it, but then it does. So now we've just got to put this in. Okay? And what I'm going to do is have to stamp a little bit more and find a piece of cardstock to make my pocket. So I cut a whole lot of my inners ready for class and for my card classes, and I have them ready all the time. So obviously then I did have that piece for the card piece. So I just put it just under 2. And I'm going to score it because this is going to be right in here on the corner. So it's 2.1, so I'm going to score it at about, so 2.1 is there, so I'm going to make it 2.5 and then score it at 2.5. And then I'm just going to score those. Just make sure I've got that right before I do the other side. And that one's just a little one. And we're not going to use the blade, we're going to use the scorer. And that's a tiny one on that side. So that's there and that's there. Now before you put it in, check, because it's got those folds in it. I just have to make sure if that folds. Yeah, that one's might be just a little bit big. So I'll take that out. Oh, I did write all those measurements in there, but I forgot to leave the piece up on my computer where I see them. Alright, let's try that again. So it's making a little lip in there for the card to get in. So that will, you see that sliding in there? And that's what we want. We want that there, and it's going to have a little bit of tape there and a bit of tape on either side, and then that will fit in there and slide down. Okay? So, I was saying okay all the time. Whoops, that's my scrap paper, which we'll just need for about 2 seconds to give this a bit of stamping. Back we go, elements. Bit of this. A bit of this one. Not much. Black. Come on guys, tell me which one I'm doing. I'm going to stamp that off and then just put it down. Alright, and now a little bit of the pink. More Moody Mauve. Alright, that will do. Get that out of the road. Alright, now, our little thank you. Oh, did I not get that all off? I was in a hurry then. Always remember to wash your stamps because they get yucky and hard, and it's harder to, when you don't want them anymore and you go and sell them, you want to make sure they're in the best condition. Alright, so I'm going to use my tear and tape because I don't want glue. It's too hard for me to see it all. So I've got little thin one here and on there. So it's really made a little envelope for it. There. I'm just going to put a tiny little piece on the bottom. Oh, thank goodness for tear and tape, eh? So with these ones, just take them off. And if there's anything leaning over, just make sure it's all tucked in onto the top. Because sometimes if the tear and tape's bigger than what the measurement I've got, just turn it back on itself. I often use tear and tape to do my flowers because the dots don't seem, for me, don't hold enough big flowers. Alright, and there's the bottom. And let's put this in. So this one we're going to get right to the corner. Oh, you've got a really constant, see there? You can see a little bit of white there. Takes your tongue out and all of that type of stuff to get your concentration. It blurs a bit when I move away. Sorry about that. Can't have all your perfection at once. And there. And then just hold that bottom one down for a sec. And we've made our pocket. And if you get it inside those 2 folded flaps, just take a second, just make sure that's opening. Everything's good. And inside those 2 flaps, you've got to hold your mouth the right way. And I'm going to take a slither off this. Okay. Just a tiny slither off both sides to get that down. You know, this is a good thing about carding. You can do things that you see later. So it's not quite getting over enough. Need it to cross that black line. And why is it not doing that? Is that won't go down on there? I'm going to go over to my cutting thing, my guillotine. I take the tong. This is what I have, a rolling drawer, a rolly chair that doesn't roll. All right. Oh. And that is in. Okay. So you can either give it to them like that, which I don't really like that, or you can turn it over and put it in like that, and then they see that, so they know something's on their book, and you've got your pockets still there because the back of your book's not done, so that's okay. So you've either got two ways of doing it. So let's put our books on. So I've just done a couple of dimensionals on this one, and before I just do anything more, I'm going to stamp that little for you, because it doesn't actually say to a bookworm or anything like that. So I'm just going to pop that down there for you. I think that's a little bit cute. Sometimes you don't need too many words. Sometimes there's just, you know, doesn't feel it. You don't feel it. So let's get my trusty old pickies. Might be an overkill to put 3 big ones, but at least they won't move in the mail. So, oh, got to make sure that one doesn't go over. So that's fine. I've got my first lot of books, and now I'm going to stand up. So I've got, you saw me put away my these tiny little bookshelves. Aren't they cute? So they go the same way either way. They are fiddly. Really fiddly. Just a little bit. So just above for you. And did I use the other one? No, I didn't. Well, there you go. There's a bookmark for someone. Alright, so we've got a bunch of books on there. And I didn't put them up, I just glued them on because you've got enough height. So we've got some books up there. And we've got a couple of little books that are leaning over. Nearly done, guys. Right. They're leaning over there. And did I do another lot? Oh, I did. I put some on there. So we're going to turn that over. And I wondered why that looked a bit boring. And I did use the other shelf. Ha ha. I just outdid myself then, didn't I? And my books, and that is it. Whoop. That's better. Well, how's that? Done. Done and dusted. Packy up. My glue or my, look at these. I need to clean my bone folder. Even my stamps are getting dirty again. I wonder if anyone knows how you're meant to clean your stamps. I've tried putting a spray on them, but we do a lot of work so on my class, so they probably get a fair bit of stamping. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that class, and come join me next week And that's our bookmarker with card, and a bit of scrap, a pencil, and Nette. So if I take that away so it doesn't look dirty. Okay, if I can help you with anything I can, if I can't, I can't. So I hope you like that. Nice for a friend. Now see, because I've turned that one around, that's just in there, but you don't want to stamp anything on there because it'll look odd in a book. So you can either have it that way or you can have it that way. What do you like the best? Alright folks, see you next week. Bye. Thanks for joining.